Have you ever wondered what steps are involved in getting your song recorded and distributed on all the streaming services around the world? Well, I've just released my first single, Bored, and I'm going to take you through the steps that I took to get it out there. Hey friends, I'm Justin. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm just going to run through a summary of steps that I've taken to record, mix, master, and release my first single, Bored, to the digital streaming services around the world. Now, this is the first time I've ever done this, and my first single released. So, please, I'm not coming to you in any professional capacity telling you that this is the way to do things. I'm a DIY musician and I'm figuring things out as I go along. So especially when it comes to recording and mixing, in terms of my own skills, I have a very long way to go. Now with every song that I record and play, I'm trying new things and hopefully getting better in the process. So if you're so kind as to go and listen to my song after this video and you've got some critique that you'd like to share with me, please drop them in the comments below and I'll be happy to take them on board. Now step one, where do we start? We start with a song. But really, you need a song. And you need a song that is ready and complete. Now the reason I say that is that when it comes to the recording process, that day that you've set, whether it's in a studio or whether it's at home, you don't want to waste your time fumbling around with a song. You want it ready. You want your lyrics down. You want to be able to sing the song if you're singing. You want to be able to play the instruments well, seamlessly, without mistake. Time is precious and you don't want to be wasting your time trying to learn parts and modifying parts of the song. Have your song ready before you book in that slot of time. One thing I will say when it comes to the song is leave a little bit of creative space in terms of ideas that you might get along as you're recording. What I mean by that is once you start listening back to pieces of your recording, sometimes ideas come to you, or sometimes people that you're working with can offer ideas, and just be open to those suggestions. Maybe tweaking something, you might be listening to a part and say, oh, some strings might be nice in that part. And that's just my little bit of advice that I would say. With Bored, I had Guitar and Guitar 1 recorded, and I thought that a Guitar 3 little piece would sound really nice, which it did. You can barely hear it in the recording. I didn't do a good job of getting that piece coming through very well, but it's in there nonetheless. So let's have a look at step number 2. So for my song Bored, I used an acoustic guitar which I bought not so long ago. This is my Tanglewood. This guitar retails for around about 700 Australian dollars. Really cool guitar. I was in a guitar shop trying out various guitars and various prices, and I kept coming back to this one. This is the Winterleaf, the TW4KOA, and just a great guitar in this price range. Feels great, sounds great unplugged, also sounds great plugged in, and got the Fishman pickup system, got a built-in tuner, just a great all-round guitar, and I got no intention at this stage to be replacing it or even upgrading. I'm sort of happy with what I'm getting from this guitar, happy with the sound, and just happy with the overall sort of experience of playing this guitar. Now for the piano pieces, I used my Roland FP30. I'm not a good piano player, but I did my best in this song. I was using just the phones out into my interface, and you don't really hear the piano too much in this song, but I didn't do a good job of mixing it in there. For the guitar recording, I used my Shure SM57 microphone in combination with my line out of the guitar, so 2 tracks for the guitar. The Shure SM57 I set up about 5 to 6 inches away from the guitar pointing directly at the 12th fret. I found this on many online videos to be one of the common sort of setups, and also just after playing with a few different setups, I kind of like the sound that I was getting from this. So yeah, the Shure SM57 is a industry standard, and a lot of recording artists use this in their setup. For the vocals, sorry, I used the Shure SM57. This is actually a stage mic. Um, Retails just over 200 Australian dollars. I'm getting, it's all I have at this stage, but I'm getting the results I want. Got a bit of a homemade spit baffle there, made from a stocking and an old clothes hanger, doing the job at this stage. All of that into my Zoom L12 Live Track interface slash mixer. I was just using the channel 1 and 2 inputs there. All out through USB to my DAW. To the mixing, the DAW I used, of course, is my go-to Cakewalk, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. They're recording at 135 BPMs for this song Bored. Guitar 1 line and Guitar 1 mic, individual tracks, and individually mixed. Had to mess around with the volumes a little bit there to get them kind of equal. For the equalizer, there we go, each track going to an equalizer, and each track going to a compressor. Now my interface, the Zoom L12 Live Track, also has a compressor, which you get a bit of that effect coming through before hitting the DAW. Now guitar 2 was recorded identically to guitar 1, same effects as guitar 1, using volume automation there in a few sections of all tracks to get things right. There's guitar 3, which I recorded. You barely hear it in the song, more towards the end. Piano I recorded in mono and then split the track into 2 to give it a bit of volume, also with its own compressor and an equalizer, where I try to bring out the bass of the piano, which I did not actually achieve. I don't think I achieved the result that I was looking for in that song. When it came to vocals, recorded in mono, and then I split the track. I had a lot of volume automation in the vocals, just not getting my distance from the mic correct in a lot of places, so I had to fix that up. Again, the vocals have their own equalizer and compressor. Those are the only two effects I was using on all these tracks. The compressor over there, in addition to what's coming out of my interface, and equalizer over there. Now all tracks going through one bus D, which has a single effect on it, which gives me my room sound, male vocal room 2, which at the time sounded good, but in hindsight, listening to it, has way too much reverb. And I've also had some welcome critique from some good friends agreeing with me there that the reverb was over the top. When it came to mastering, I chose to go with an online service called Lander.com. Amongst other services, mastering is one thing they offer. Really easy to use once you've created your account. Uploading a song and getting it mastered is a really simple process to go through. I uploaded my song in waveform and I mastered it to the highest quality option that they have. It was also this cost me 24 Australian dollars to get my song mastered. I was very happy with the result, and very easy to use. Highly recommend you check it out if you're looking for a cost-effective way to master a song. Now, when it came to the release, I chose to go with Dito Music at ditomusic.com. What I really liked about this is that you pay a flat fee of 29 Australian dollars for the year, and you release as many songs as you like, and you keep all the royalties. They release your music on so many platforms. I don't even know half of them, never heard of them before. Really, really cool, really easy to use, step by step, transparent, with a great reporting sort of interface. A lot of additional services and options you can choose and opt in for, which adds to the cost. I went with the base release, which takes 10 days to get your song out to the platforms. There are, like I say, there are certain levels that you can pay for to get your release out quicker, with a lot of promotional options there. So friends, in conclusion, I found this whole process really empowering. That moment when I saw my song up on the Apple Music Store, I understood that the barriers are completely removed and that we can do this on our own. Now, the recording and the mixing process is something that I'm going to be spending a lot of time teaching myself and getting better at, because it allows me to keep the costs down, especially at this stage of my journey where there's very little money coming back my way. I want to keep my costs down. But if you're in a position where you have resources, access to studios and people who can mix for you, by all means use those things at your disposal, because that allows you to spend more time on your music. Now, another thing I experimented with on this song was that I put zero marketing behind the song. Besides doing an Instagram post on 2 profiles, that is all I did, and by telling 1 or 2 people. I wanted to understand what happens to a song that no one knows about, and just to see what happens when it goes out to those platforms. And exactly what I had expected, absolutely nothing. The song fell dead flat, with very close to 0 streams, most of the streams being from myself, playing them on multiple streaming platforms and listening to it over and over again. So putting it out there, no one knows about me, absolutely nothing happened. And that's exactly what I expected and exactly what I wanted to find out. So with my next release, I'm going to start putting a bit of digital marketing power behind that song, and then starting to experiment with those sorts of things and seeing what kind of results we get, because in the end, what we really want is we want streams. We want people listening to our music. We want to get it out to as many ears as possible, and we want to be recouping our money to a place where we can start spending money more on the recording process, the mixing process, where we're recouping those that money that you're putting in. So guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of that. I'm going to be talking about that process. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a video very shortly about my own little songwriting process. A few demo songs coming out in the near future. My next single I plan to release February 13th this year, so look out for that. Links to everything I mentioned in this video will be below. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.